So we are, I think you can see Flatiron maybe back there. Could be wrong. We are in the heart of the Superstitions. We've gone past Tortilla Flat, taken this dirt road to a gate, and we are doing the Black Cross Butte trail. It's 6.6 miles with 2,100 feet of elevation gain. I have never done this before. Yeah, we're gonna wrap around this butte, I think Gainbird, and then we're gonna go to an overlook of the Salt River and summit a little bump along the way. So look at how sharp these guys are. Whoa! We're up a couple hundred feet from the car. We're just skirting around the side of this guy, which doesn't look too easy to get up. There are cactus everywhere. Ocotillo, cholla, agave, big barrels. Yeah, if you're not careful, you're gonna run right into something. It's a pretty narrow trail, and I assume it's gonna continue to be that way. So anyway, super rugged. Look, we got big saguaros too. We got everything. We got every cactus you'd ever want with a view back to the Superstition ridgeline. All right, so we've reached the end of our first climb. Up there is Black Cross Butte, which if you were gonna summit it, you would go up right here. Maybe on the way back I'll do that. It doesn't look too hard, but look at the view of the four peaks as you crest this little plateau. It's just on kind of a slow descent. The trail kind of skirts a lot left, not going straight down. It is a couple times I kind of lost the trail, so I would recommend having the map, but once you've done it once, you'll probably be fine. But yeah, it's kind of a little convoluted, and there's a lot of trails you can see. There's like trails everywhere going up to different little high points. So I would have the map downloaded. It's very hard to move quickly because it's so tight and you'll run into cactus all these times. Here it's like this is about the smoothest it's been, but look, just run your face right into an ocotillo. All right, so I didn't even realize, I thought it was going to be a major drainage. We crossed this little side drainage right here, and that's the low point. So now we have a big, roughly 700-foot climb, and it looks like it's just straight up, no little ups and downs. It's just gonna hammer up, and then we'll have a drop to the final overlook. But I think this tops out. We summit some little bump somewhere. You know, is it that one? Probably not. But it could be. That looks close to 700 feet above us. So the trail from there just got super steep, and I'm right at the cliffs. And I thought you bent around to the right. There's a weakness you couldn't even see from below. This trail's just hammering straight up this loose slope, super steep, and cactus everywhere. I think we bend around here, hopefully. Yep. So yeah, super steep climb we're on right now. Probably only 150 feet up. Actually more, because we were down lower. Let's say 200 feet up, or 700 foot steep climb here. It's gonna be worse going down, I think. Yeah. Come face to face with all these cactus as I'm climbing. So anyway, on the up and up. So that, if there's anything that I would call the beehive, that would be it right there. We're climbing, so I think that's the Golden Dome and the Goldfields, which I have not done, which is on my list. I think it's the high point of the Goldfields, and it's very obvious the only one that's gold Look, Weaver's Needle, great view of the ridgeline. So I think that formation I identified from down below might have been that, but we are going up to the top of this. So I was correct, kind of. I just don't think you could see the true high point, but that is the formation. So we're just bending up this slope. So for all intents and purposes, we've gained the ridge. So that was the bump we saw below. It's not even this next nose, it's gonna be higher. So the trail is kind of skirting the climber's left of the ridge, but it's taking us somewhere up here that we can't see yet, to this high point. That'll mark the end of this big climb, which has been pretty steep. All right, 2 minutes later, we are on this bump. Whoa, yeah. Pretty awesome. The views down to the Gila River, which will bend that way, and we're going down to a cliff edge that will overlook it better. Oh, and don't forget the 4 peaks there, which you might only be seeing Sister and Amethyst. Maybe that's Brother on the left, unsure. But if you're really looking to do the Motherlode Traverse, I have the best video on the internet showing you kind of all the typical sections, so check that out. Wow, the views are getting much better. You're seeing more of the river, and look at the boats. So we're getting down somewhere, maybe to that cliff edge to overlook it. So I guess it's worth doing, but yeah, we do have to, it's not clear how we're getting off the cliff, but I guess the trail just bends right down it. I don't know, it's not super obvious to me, but I'm gonna go right here. I kind of see a faint trail down there. Totally lost the trail off this nose, so be on the lookout. So I had to go off trail and cut back to find it. Now I found it. I was gonna say we made it to the edge, but you can't really, can't see yet. It's a fire pit here. Look at that. Yeah, so I think we're just walking the rim until we kind of get a better view from over there. But yeah, we're gonna get views along the way. Look at that, the river down there. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty vertical cliffs here. Wonder if you could climb them. So the end of the track's just kind of down here somewhere. You could obviously explore these cliffs as much as you wanted to, but if I can avoid the prickly pears. This is kind of, whoo-hoo-hoo. Good thing I wasn't close to the edge, but you're seeing, you know, at least not that part anymore, but a good portion of the Salt River here, so pretty cool views. I have to climb back up that thing right there. That's my first little ascent, and then major descent, major ascent, major descent. So pretty nice out here. It's not too hot yet. It's probably in the low 80s. There's a little bit of wind. Look at that. That's like the biggest agave I've ever seen. Crazy. All right, I came out a little further. I mean, you can keep going as far as you want on these cliffs, anywhere you want, but you see this big side canyon, this cool little notch here. Yeah, so you could easily get down to that. You could easily go all the way up there if you wanted to. You can go anywhere you want. All right, so we made it back up this to this butte, unnamed butte. I wanted to mention, if you see my Arizona Trail Passage 20, I think it is, where I go from Roosevelt Lake up to the 4 peaks, I'm on the other side of that flat ridge line that you see. I'm on the other side and was contouring in front of it, and then at some point turned around. So this Salt River snakes all the way to Roosevelt Lake. But yeah, now we got a steep descent in front of us, and then we'll have about a 700, well actually more. If I'm gonna go try to summit Black Cross Butte. All right, well, I came down the major descent, which is that drainage, and then totally just started bombing off on another use trail. I want to be on that trail over there, I think. All right, back on trail, and I think crossing this drainage right here is your low point, which is not a major drainage, but this is gonna start our 700-foot climb or so, or more, probably like 900 feet if I go off trail, to summit Black Cross Butte. So hopefully it's not too messy off trail. Now we've made it kind of to the intermediate saddle, and I think that's Black Cross Butte up there. So that's our next objective. All right, it's that time. We've hit our high point. Got to drop down 400 or 500 feet that way to get back to the car, but we're gonna go on top of Black Cross Butte, and right off the bat there is a trail. So we're gonna follow this until we can't anymore, but it looks like we're gonna hit a cliff band. But it looks like if we just bend to the left of it, I think this will be an easy walk up. So this trail has been pretty pleasant so far. We just got through a mini cliff band. We still got the big cliff band ahead, but this trail still exists. So I think this is gonna be an easy walk up. All right, so as expected, the trail led us to the left. You can see it, very nice. But now here's the fragmented weakness in the cliff band. They were kind of stepping our way up, but just easy class 2. So I think I might as well show you. But just cut up right here. I think this is the last steep little bit, but not sure. Yeah, kind of. All right, the high point's clearly over here somewhere, so I'm just walking off trail to get over there. All right, we've made it across, and right near that stalk is a big boulder that is clearly, it's like someone put it here to be the summit. Clearly the high point of Black Cross Butte. There's a cairn over there. Maybe I should go over and see if there's a registry. I will, but I think I'm higher right here. Just to prove to you, we're over here. We're over at this cairn. Might be a little higher. Actually, it might be a little higher. There's no registry though. So, and at least I don't think so. Maybe I didn't look closely enough, but I don't see one. So, somehow I'm gonna try to find a used trail back. I don't think it exists though. So I just gotta walk that way across this plateau. All right, we've located the used trail we popped up on. Back to that, see the trail where the junction is, and then down left. Now, we still can't see the car, which is concerning on the road, but we just traversed under the face, the south face of Black Cross Butte, and we are gonna start to bend down now. This trail is very rugged. There's hardly any of it that I could run. Just, it's either too steep, too rocky, or there's too many cactus close to the trail, or all the above. Car's still here. You just had no view of it, which is crazy. It was just right behind that brush. For some reason, it perfectly blocked the view from the trail. So thanks for that. I was getting a little worried, but now I can see it. So, yeah. Back in 1 minute. Woo! All right, we're back. That took a while for how rugged it was. Slow miles. That was like 2:45, which is crazy for like 7 miles. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. It's probably going to take you longer than your typical pace. So anyway, got a long drive back now, unfortunately. See you on the next one.